Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, everyone? So, today I want to talk a little bit about my anti-camper class, as I like to call it. So, I finally unlocked the AUG at level 19. I was using the pre-made class, and this is my favorite setup so far. So we got the tactical suppressor instead of the lightweight, because you don't get any range reduction. Fun fact. I decided to use the angle grip. It doesn't really have any negatives that I care too much about. Movement speed, I didn't really notice a difference. Extended mags, because the normal mag only gets like 25 bullets, so this gives you the extended mags gives you 37. So you have to reload a little bit less. What do you get more bullets to shoot down range? I like it. And then I'm using the pistol grip for slightly faster aim down speed and slightly faster out of sprint speed, which is pretty helpful when you're running around, running and gunning, trying to find campers. So your gun is ready faster. I haven't really tried a lot of the perks yet. I had sleight of hand on the M4, seemed pretty useful. But I've always kind of done this. I go with the extended mags instead of the sleight of hand, just so I have to reload a little bit less, but I have more bullets. And I finally unlocked the EOD, which helps greatly with claymores. And when you're playing domination, it helps with a lot of the grenade spam, and also battle hardened, so you don't get affected by stuns and EMP grenades and flash grenades, especially flash grenades. After I put hardened perk on, the anti flash grenade, it's so much easier playing domination, especially in the 10v10. Makes your life a little bit easier not being flashed all the time, and my eyes not staring at a white screen for 15 seconds. And also Ghost. Ghost is, I don't really like it, but it's almost like a crutch perk. You almost have to run it, which kind of sucks, but it's really helpful, especially with all the UAV spam. So in this gameplay you're seeing, it's not that class, because this was a pretty good game, probably one of the very few good games I have on this map. So I decided to upload it, but this is the pre-made all class with the Ghost perk. So it's almost like what I have, but without the EOD and the battle hardened. So I believe this has the spotter class, which I'm not really sure what that does. I think it detects enemy claymores, so that's pretty helpful for spotting campers too. So maybe once I unlock that, I'll try that out. But that's locked out in the beta, and then this has cold-blooded on it too. So a couple things I want to talk about, since we're talking about campers and stuff like that. Let's talk a little bit about that. I see a lot of people complaining about the camping. Personally, I think this happens with every new Call of Duty. I think players usually play pretty safe the first couple weeks when they're kind of unsure of the maps, still figuring out what gun they like, perks they like best. So I'm honestly not too concerned, and it seems a little bit like Infinity Ward games are a little bit more campy because the time to kill is lower. But again, I've been playing World War II, and if you're playing TDM, that game's pretty campy too. So I just think that's how some players play. You just have to try to find your best counter. So that's why that all class that I made seems to be my best counter. I don't die from claymores as much. I can rush in with my suppressor and extended mags. So I'm not too concerned. I can already tell that it's slowly becoming less campy as people unlock more perks, more weapons, people get used to the maps. I can already see in the beta it's probably like 60-70% better than it was when the game first launched. So I think rushing is pretty viable. Actually, that's the majority of the way I play, and I can probably, out of all the games I've played, I'm level 20. I've been level 20 for like a day now. So I've been playing it a lot. I probably have like 6, 7, 8 hours into the beta, maybe a little bit more. And as you can see in this gameplay, I rush. I tactically rush. I don't just run out in the middle of the street and expect not to die. And I think that's what a lot of players are having a hard time with, to be honest with you. I think a lot of players are used to the 3-lane map design in like Black Ops 4 and previous Call of Duty games, and that's just not the way Infinity War does it. I played a lot of Infinite Warfare. I played a lot of Ghosts when it was out, and their maps are a little bit more, I guess, realistic. I guess like kind of like more natural landscapes, kind of more like a Battlefield game, where you just don't want to run out into the middle of the lane and expect not to die or get shot at. So try that. Try tactically rushing. When you need to, you can hide in a corner and wait for your health to regen, or if you know an enemy is kind of coming this way, just hide in a corner for a second and wait for them to run by. Shoot them in the back. It's a very useful tactic. I've been doing it for plenty of years. So give it a try. Also, the mini-map debate. I want to talk a little bit about this. I'm sure we'll be talking about it more and more. But I didn't hate it, but I can see where players were getting frustrated with having no mini-map. I think that definitely caused more camping when the game first came out. I know the compass kind of shows people's locations when they're shooting, which I'm slowly getting used to. So definitely, if you're not used to it, definitely try to train your eyes to look up instead of, top left at the minimap. Look up first at the and you don't really have to like stare at it. You can kind of see it in your peripheral vision. I think it's kind of a nice feature. I think it'll become useful in like a more tactical game mode or like league play or something when you're playing with, a team. I didn't party up at all because the way I have to record my PS4, I can't talk to anybody, so that's kind of a bummer. But I'm definitely getting used to the compass, so definitely practice or train your eyes to kind of look up instead of top left all the time. But since they added the minimap, and they made it a little bit bigger too, which is nice because it was pretty small when they first launched it. But now having it up all the time, you kind of see where your teammates are. I think that's the biggest thing for people, is kind of knowing where your teammates are and where they're looking, so you can kind of judge as to where enemy players are. You don't get like a pinpoint location, but I think it definitely helps with like the movement of the map and the game. So I'm definitely a fan of only showing your teammates on the minimap, but just having the minimap up is, I think it's perfect the way it is right now. I'll be honest with you. I don't mind that the dots don't show up for the enemies when they're firing, because you have it on the compass to kind of have their general direction of where they are. Then you just kind of use both tools to figure out where to go. I mean, it's just something new that players have to learn of it, but COD players are stubborn. They like things a certain way. They don't like change. But I like it. I really do. So I hope they keep it this way. So Infinity War, you're probably not listening to this video, but if you are, definitely keep it the way it is. I like it. One other thing we could talk about more once the full game launches, or once we get a little more unlocks in next weekend's beta on Xbox and PC, are the streaks. A lot of the streaks. I've been using the airstrike streaks instead of the chopper gunner. I got one chopper gunner. I called it in. I was all excited. And I got 0 kills because everyone was hiding inside. So I definitely see that as being an issue so far with like the chopper gunner streaks. Is if you're on like a cluttered map, you probably won't get any kills. So you try hard, you get this 10 kill streak, and you get nothing out of it. So maybe some other maps, once they release more maps, maybe they'll be more open, or maybe the chopper gunner is more useful in the 10v10 game mode or something. So I've been using UAV. I just unlocked the phosphorus strike at level 20, so I used that once. I got a few kills, so definitely like the airstrikes. That's my take on it. Take it or leave it. I'm really enjoying the game, and I hope you are too. And I'll see you on the next one. Later.
Allied cruise missile away. Friendly UAV overhead. Enemy cruise missile incoming. Take cover. Enemy UAV overhead.
Reloading! Throwing stun!
We've lost the lead.
Reloading!
Copy that, 1-5. We're down but not out. Let's go. Enemy cruise missile incoming. Take cover. Enemy UAV overhead.
Fucker shot!
Stay safe. You're top. On your feet, soldier.